AHA, BHA, PHA, alpha-hydroxy acid, beta-hydroxy acid, and the latest and greatest, polyhydroxic acid. Who in the heck can explain this alphabet soup? How they are different? How do I know if I need them? That's what we're talking about today. Hi, I'm Michelle Fox from Michelle Fox Beauty and Michelle Fox Online, and this is our fourth and final video in a series about very powerful ingredients and serums that are on the market right now. The trend is to identify a particular issue that you're having with your skin and then matching that up with the ingredient that is most likely and most effective in dealing with that, and then applying that as a serum. Many of these ingredients will be found in your daily lotions and creams, but if you really want to get all of the benefits that we're talking about, you want to use it as a serum, as an add-on, as a booster to your current regimen. And this week we're talking about all kinds of A's. Alpha hydroxy acid, beta hydroxy acid, which have both been around a long time, and now polyhydrolic acid. What the heck? What's going on? What are they? Let's chat. So they are all liquid exfoliators. Also, they are all chemical exfoliators. Think back to the really gritty scrubs of our youth, or even a microderm abrasion treatment. Those are physical exfoliators. There's something that we are using to physically remove the dead, dull skins from the surface of our dead. There's something that we are using to remove the dead, dull cells from the surface of our skin. It's a tongue twister. Beyond physical exfoliators, we have chemical exfoliators, typically liquid exfoliators, and they are able to penetrate the skin and therefore are able to exfoliate on a deeper, more effective level. AHAs have been around for quite a while. They're usually called fruit acids. We'll get into some details in a second. BHAs are usually found in acne treating products. But PHAs, this is new, polyhydrolic acids. And what is so awesome about them is that they are safe for sensitive skin. So if you've ever had issues with a glycolic acid peel, or with vitamin C products, or with salicylic acid, you have found a friend. And it can be used in conjunction with AHA and BHA. So before I confuse myself, let's put a graphic up so that we can kind of get a handle on this alphabet soup. All right. So AHA, alpha hydroxy acid, that's been around a long time. It increases the shedding of skin cells and it stimulates collagen production. Collagen is sort of an ongoing theme with this series. Have you heard that expressed quite a few times? It accelerates skin renewal and exfoliation by breaking apart the bonds between dead skin cells on multiple surface layers. Okay, multiple layers, yes, but still the surface of the skin. It is water soluble. It is appropriate for everyone. And some examples might be citric acid, glycolic acid, lactic acid, and mandelic acid. A vitamin C serum would fall under this category. A glycolic acid peel would fall under this category. Some people have a little bit of a difficult time with AHAs. They might have some irritation. So stay tuned. We'll get to you in a couple more columns. BHA, beta hydroxy acid, increases the shedding of skin cells, but it does something a little bit different. It unclogs your pores and fights bacteria because it is working not only on the surface of the skin, but deep within pores. How does it do that? Because it is an oil based acid instead of water based, and it is able to penetrate that oily skin deep inside and work from the inside out. And examples are basically willow bark extract, because salicylic acid is a derivative of willow bark extract. And like I said, that is typically found in acne products. So it is ideally for acne prone oily skin types. However, we all have times in our lives where we are more oily or we might be more prone to acne. There, puberty and hormones fluctuations and seasons and different things. So I think that we've all experienced salicylic acid at some point, and it, for the most part, is safe for sensitive skin. Although sometimes, if you're uber sensitive, you might have to water it down a little bit. So, moving on to PHA, polyhydroxic acid, right? Polyhydroxy acid. This lightly exfoliates the surface and it binds moisture to the skin. Moisture is our friend. Whereas others may have irritated the skin and even dried out the skin, especially the salicylic acid, this is gently, lightly exfoliating on the surface of the skin, and it is at the same time binding moisture to the skin. These are two very different yet very vital things. It is for everyone, including dry skin people who maybe couldn't use salicylic acid, including sensitive skin people who maybe couldn't have used the alpha hydroxy acid. And examples of these are things that I'm totally not familiar with: gluconolactone and lactobionic acid. Anything with the word bionic acid has got to be pretty exciting, right? So we've got all of these different acids on board, and the newest, latest, and greatest is the PHA. So here's the dealio: if you want bright, fresh, glowing skin, if you have maybe a little bit of texture that is not ideal, if you want to smooth the surface of your skin, if you wish you could use a microdermabrasion or a glycolic acid peel, but you just are not comfortable with that, or you've tried it in the past and it's too aggressive, you want to try a PHA. Okay. There are serums that have PHA. They can combine, like I said, PHA, AHA, BHA, they can be combined. But if you already know that you're sensitive, you should just start with one, and that one should be PHA. All right. And this again is going to gently exfoliate. So it's going to smooth and make your skin more radiant and more even. That's another theme throughout all of these serums. They all have some way of making your skin tone more even. So this is going to give you that youthful glow, a smooth surface. It's exfoliating, but it is gentle. It's done at a molecular level. And speaking of molecules, I'm not a scientist at all, but the PHA molecules are larger than the AHA and the BHA, which is why they are more sensitive. They are really resting on top of your skin rather than penetrating deeply. And so that might seem like, well, then it's not doing its job. It is doing its job in a different way. And it's doing its job in a gentle yet effective way. If you're ready for more than that, then you combine them. You look for something that has a PHA and an AHA, or a PHA and a BHA, probably the AHA. All right. Because the BHA, like I said, is more for acne prone skin. So I would say if you're just starting out and you've had issues in the past, find a serum that has polyhydroxic acid only. Hydroxy. Why do I put the ick on there? I don't know. Polyhydroxy acid. If you want something with a little more oomph, you want to find something that has PHA and AHA. And that's the one that I use, has both of those. So I will put that, a link to that product, in the description of my blog and in the body of the blog. I've used it. I've really enjoyed it. It's, you would never think of it as an exfoliator. Okay. It comes, where'd I put it? Again, it's in a dropper. And it, because of the hydrating properties, it's got a little bit of that slime factor, a little bit of that, whatever that is. So obviously it doesn't have any grit to it. It's not a physical exfoliator. And unlike glycolic acid that has a strong, sometimes it can smell strong, but as soon as you put it on, oftentimes you'll feel a tingling or warming sensation. For some people, it's uncomfortable. This is very, very gentle. So it feels just like you're putting on sort of like the HA, the hyaluronic acid that we talked about in week one, but it's doing so much more. It is actually loosening up and removing the dead skin cells on the surface of your skin. So that is going to make your skin look brighter. It's going to make it look smoother. It's going to give it that supple appearance. So this is a fantastic product, but here is the caveat. This is the first time that I'm saying this. You cannot use an AHA PHA serum in conjunction with the with retinol or with a retinoid. They are both working at the cellular level on your skin. They are both uh, very aggressive ingredients, and it is too much. It would be too much for your skin to be using a retinoid product and this AHA PHA product. So in this case, you would have to make a choice. It's the first time in all 4 weeks. Everything else can be combined with a retinoid. Sometimes you have to do it on alternate days. Sometimes you have to wait until you've gotten accustomed to the retinol. In this case, they do not play nicely together. So you would choose one over the other. So if the surface of your skin, if the texture, if it seems dull, if it is rough, if you feel like you are lacking that luminosity, this is something that you would likely try. And I think you'd be pleasantly surprised because it's not only taking care of the dead skin cells, but it also is holding in moisture. What an interesting combination. You don't find that every day. The serum that I use combines AHA and PHA. And if you look at the recommendations, it says not to combine that with salicylic acid, which is a BHA. I'll quiz you later. So again, they are doing similar things as far as attacking the surface of the skin, but in slightly different ways. You've got water soluble, oil soluble, and you just need to be careful of doing too much too soon to your skin, and then you're just causing irritation, redness, and sometimes pain, discomfort. We don't want that. Okay, we want to take care of your skin needs without causing any detrimental situation. So if you use just the PHA, that is very sensitive, safe for sensitive skin. I think just about anybody can use it. It's going to be pretty simple to add to your routine. If you combine that with an AHA, then you want to stay away from retinoids and the salicylic acid, the BHAs. Alrighty. So a little more to keep track of this time. I think that to me, I think about, what is the product doing? And if it is like breaking up, like the word that comes to mind is disintegrating. If there is a chemical reaction happening on my face from a product, that I probably don't want to add another product that creates a chemical type reaction. Do you feel me? So these are just very powerful products. You have to understand what they do, understand where they come from, like what they're made of, what the objective is, what you can and can't use them with. Therefore, it is really important that you do read the packaging, that you read what's on the bottle, that you read what's on the box, that you research it a little bit before you make a purchase. And also, it doesn't hurt to have someone in your life that you can turn to and ask questions. A skincare consultant, a skincare expert that can say, okay, tell me what you're using now. We'll look at these other options and we'll put something together for you. I'll tell you, anytime I can have an expert give me a recommendation, I'm all about it. Why do I want to spend hours and days and weeks researching something when I can talk to somebody that already knows their stuff? So I can't tell you how valuable the skincare consultants, skincare experts, skincare pros, your dermatologists, people that work at skincare counters, skincare direct sales skincare people that have been trained by their company. These are are experts in their field that are ready, willing, and able to help direct you to the right products for you and for your situation. So, this was the fourth and final week of our journey. And I told you that the last week I would let you know which of the four I thought, if I had to choose one, what would it be? So let's review. So the first week we talked about hyaluronic acid, and that is a hydrator. It feels amazing, and it not only hydrates your skin in the short term, but it helps your skin hold moisture in. Okay, so we lose HA as we age. When we replace it with this supplement, we're not just moisturizing, in the short term, but we're also helping to hold moisture in. So even just if our face is wet, it's going to help hold that in. It's safe for everyone. Then we talked about resveratrol. Resveratrol fights fine lines and wrinkles. It is not as aggressive, it's not as intense as a retinoid product. And so it is great for someone who's not quite ready for wrinkle correction. It's more like wrinkle prevention. However, if you are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you can use both a retinoid and resveratrol. That is not a problem. You don't want to use them on the same day. Then we talked about niacinamide. Niacinamide has replaced hydroquinone. Thank goodness. It is a more natural alternative. It is created in a lab, but it's found in nature, and it is light. I almost said lightening our skin. Okay. Hydroquinone was a skin lightener. The niacinamide, it evens out our skin tone by turning over stimulating cell turnover, and again stimulating collagen. It is doing a similar thing as the hydroquinone, but using a different tactic, a more natural method, so to speak. And then we just today talked about PHA. So let's see: HA, resveratrol, niacinamide, or PHA. What would I use? I think that no matter what age you are, you can benefit from adding resveratrol to your skincare. It is a unique wrinkle fighter, and the sooner that you combat this, the better. And if you feel like you've waited too long, the sooner you can incorporate a variety of ingredients that are wrinkle fighters, wrinkle correctors, the quicker you're going to see results. So whether you are young enough that you have not experienced aging, you want to use resveratrol to delay and prevent the signs of aging. If you feel like I've missed that boat, I already have signs of aging, you want to use the resveratrol as sort of a double whammy in addition to your retinol and whatever other age fighting products you're using, to continue that work of smoothing out your fine lines and wrinkles and making your skin look brighter, more resilient, more even toned. So if I had to choose one of the four, it would be resveratrol. So let me know what you would choose if you had to choose only one. I'm actually using all. So I don't have to choose in real life. But if you had to choose in real life, which one would it be? Hyaluronic acid, the hydrator; resveratrol, the line reducer; niacinamide, the dark spot reducer; or the PHA, which is a skin refiner. It is a liquid exfoliant. So let us know in the comments which one you would use if you had to pick one. And if you're currently using any of them, let us know what your results have been, how you've been incorporating it. What are the steps? Step one, I cleanse, then I use this, then I use this. Where in your regimen are you adding it? Do you use it day and night? Which, by the way, PHAs you would use 2 to 3 times a week. This is not a twice a day, every day type thing. Just like microdermabrasion, glycolic acid peel, these are things that you use periodically to obtain a certain look or to obtain a certain result. And then you determine how long or how often you need to use it in order to maintain that result. So initially, you're going to use it 2 or 3 times a week. Ultimately, you may use it even less. So there is, it's difficult to say the use up rate for a PHA because it's going to be different for everybody. All right. So that was our alphabet soup episode. And this wraps up our fourth and final week of serums and ingredients. So I hope you learned something new. I hope this made it a little bit easier for you to choose what to add to your regimen. And if you know anybody else that would benefit from this information, be sure to share this video with them. I appreciate you so much. Give this video a like. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Michelle Fox Beauty, I would love it if you would subscribe. And of course, check out my blog where you're going to find lots of freebies and fun activities. And I always have other free resources and recommendations at the very end. So don't miss out on that. And if you didn't snag it last week, I'm going to offer one more time the 10 best kept beauty secrets. And it includes some thoughts on retinoids and some of these other products that we've been discussing. So I think that you'll really find that beneficial. So thank you so much for your time and attention. And we will be returning next week with another fascinating topic for mature beauty.